when the car get, hoping I'll forget following the night. You made a joke about the half-cut 80 metaphor, and lady made her cry. But luck's been changing and it's so apparent. Got a cold white rabbit's foot at home.
So I'm not sure if that railroad or that bridge was built originally with a railroad track across it, or if that was like the for an actual road to come back here, because the sign I was reading said something about a railroad being built to come all the way back here to Kennicott to get all the gold or mining or whatever it is that they were doing back here. But I'm not sure if that bridge was built for a train to go across it or not. I didn't even think to look at that. But I think it might have been. Now it's a road crossing. So, not sure how much further I'm going to be able to go back here, but we're going to keep on going. We're in Wrangell in St. Elias National Park land now, so that's pretty cool. Well, I guess this answers my question here. There is a train track right there. So, and this is the road. That answers the question if the road was the train tracks or not, but I'm gonna get out and read this sign. It's like right there. And then let's see what it has to say. Really looks like a ride at Six Flags. The way they built it. It's interesting. Man, the mosquitoes are relentless out here. They're insane. Oh man, I think I had one bite me on, actually like in my hair earlier. But yeah, I was saying that the railroad looks like a ride at Six Flags because of the way that they built it. Like the Scream Machine or the Cyclone back in Georgia is what they're considered. But anyways, I don't think this railroad's been used in a long time. The tracks, I think, maybe cut off up here, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it's very old. But it looks pretty cool. And it looks like it's missing a lot of stuff. And I'm sure it's been, messed with by people, so let's keep on going and see what we see. Well, I've made it to McCarthy, and a lot of people live back here, apparently, but there's a lot of visitors too. This place sells ice cream, espresso. That's cool, but that's not something you'd think you would find out in the middle of nowhere. But anyways, looks like there's even a gas station out here. Doesn't look like it's been running in a while, not in service. But a lot of private cabins. But I'm just gonna keep taking this road till it dead ends and see what happens. Looks like there's a dead end possibly right here, actually. And a big family walking around. Cool. So it's $5 to park, and then you walk across this bridge. You can see history, I guess. But man, they've got this set up to make money, that's for sure. That's a nice setup. Look at that big old thing. So you can't actually get back to the old history without paying the money, so there's an art gallery. Alright, well, that's the end of the road. I gotta decide if I'm gonna pay the money and walk back or not. Alright, so they have completely monetized all this back here, where you're pretty much stuck having to pay some kind of money. So I paid $5 for parking, and then that allows me to go in here and see these towns essentially for free, minus the parking, of course. So there's even shuttle that's free to get you in here, but it's a half mile to the first McCarthy, and then Kennicott is like 4.5 miles. But there is there's 2 buses, one's free, one costs money. So I'm gonna do the half-mile hike and then into McCarthy first. So the road that we took to get out here, as I suspected, was the actual railroad. So they just got rid of the railroad, and now it's an actual roadway. So yeah, that's why there was some spots, and then that like bridge that I filmed was actually a railroad bridge at one point. Now it's a vehicle bridge. So anyways, let's see what we see. Call it the rigor mortis. It's an old truck. Do not take photos, but do take parts. Wait, do take photos, but do not take parts. Gotcha. In 1953, strapping young man. Sunrise region. Jim Edwards. Huh. Interesting. That's some cool history. So you can actually see Kennicott way back there. That's cool. That's only like 5 miles away. All right, guys, so we made it to Kennicott. Out here is a glacier that has been covered by like dirt, dust. I'll get a better view of it here in a second for you. This is the largest national park of America, around 13 million acres apparently. Very impressive. Man, the history here is incredible. So is the scenery. Wow. So they did all this back in these days, 20s and 30s, up into the late 30s to get copper. So the only reason they did all this was just to get a massive amount of copper that was in these mountains up here. It's now a national park, obviously, but back then they just threw a bunch of money at it and said, hey, let's get all that copper. And then they got every single bit of it, and when it ran dry, they just left these towns back here. And yeah, eventually it got turned into a national park, but for a while it was not a national park. So, but tourists wanted to come back here and see it, so tourism became a thing. And eventually it is what it is today, a money-making tourist trap. But a lot of history here, and I like to see all this stuff. And so far it's only cost me $5 to get in here and see this stuff, so just a long drive back. Very impressive. A lot of this stuff's been here for so many years. They had to rebuild it once or twice already. I mean, you gotta think this project that was back here was only meant like short term, just to get the job done. So. So from here, the materials came down in buckets, almost like a wheel cart type bucket. These were the wheels. And they rolled all the way down into here to go through this whole process. All right, guys, well, that's Kennicott. I'm heading back to take a shuttle back to the other town. And then there's a little restaurant called the Potato. And I'm gonna go ahead and eat dinner there. I haven't eaten anything out in a while, so I'll splurge, you know, because I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, and everybody keeps telling me how good that place is. So we'll give it a shot, see if it plays out. But I don't know how much more I'm gonna film this evening or today, but maybe I'll, you know, film something over there. See you guys. Just the moose, you know, chilling out, eating. Over here next to where I'm walking. No big deal. No big deal. No way, there's a baby too next. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure there's the baby in there too. And I'm like, mosquitoes are going crazy, of course. Good God. It's a big boy. Or a big girl.